Do you ever come across some people that are so wrong that you can't even argue with them? It's because the amount of bullshit spewing from their mouth is overwhelming.
Exposing the truth. Debunking Salvo's misinformation. Welcome, fellow Scots. It's imperative that we delve deeper into the fabrications propagated by Salvo and its founder, Sara Salyers. Let's dissect their arguments and unravel the web of misinformation they're attempting to weave. Historical context. The union of Scotland and England in 1707 was not an act of colonization, but rather a political agreement between two sovereign nations. It brought an end to centuries of conflict and paved the way for relative peace and prosperity. To label this as colonialism is a gross oversimplification and a distortion of historical facts. Legal status. Despite Salvo's assertions, the legal landscape does not support the claim that Scotland is a colony. The Supreme Court's ruling in 2022, while contentious, reaffirmed Scotland's position within the United Kingdom as a constituent part of a unified political entity. This ruling, while subject to debate, does not align with the narrative Salvo is peddling. International recognition. While Scotland boasts its own distinct institutions and cultural identity, it remains within the framework of the United Kingdom and is not recognized as an independent state by the international community. This lack of recognition undermines Salvo's argument and highlights the complexity of Scotland's status in the global arena. Demographic movement. The recent trend of net inward migration to Scotland underscores its appeal as a desirable place to live and work. This influx of people choosing to make Scotland their home contradicts the notion of it being a colony, as colonies typically experience outward migration driven by economic and political disenfranchisement. Geographical features. Scotland's diverse geography, from the lowlands to the highlands and islands, showcases its rich natural resources and self-sustaining capabilities. Far from being exploited by a colonial power, Scotland's landscapes are cherished and nurtured by its inhabitants for generations. Ethnic composition. The overwhelming majority of Scots identify proudly with their national heritage, whether as white, Scottish or white, other British. This strong sense of identity and belonging is antithetical to the notion of Scotland being a colony, where cultural assimilation and erasure are often prevalent. In conclusion, Salvo's attempts to portray Scotland as a colony are not only misleading but also dangerous. By distorting historical facts and manipulating legal interpretations, they seek to undermine the sovereignty of the Scottish people and stifle their voices. It's imperative that we remain vigilant, challenge their false narratives, and uphold the truth. Together, we will defend our rights and ensure that Scotland's future is determined by its people, not by the deceptive tactics of Salvo. #Truth Prevails. We are the people. We are Scotland.
Poker face.